What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the UFC 304 post show. It's me, your boy, Kyle Diorio, with my lovely, beautiful partner.
Robert Dylan Vasquez. What's up, guys?
We got a lot to talk about from down in UK, Manchester, England.
So,
What do you think about UFC 304?
so I'm gonna start out with a question. You know, I always have a lot of questions for you. Do you consider yourself lucky that you got to watch this card at normal time?
You mean as opposed to 5 a.m.?
Yeah. Well, it would be earlier for us. It would never get late like that, you know.
Dude, I am happy that it was a normal time. But the card as a whole, I wouldn't say I was lucky I got to watch it at all. It was pretty. It was disappointing. I think disappointing is the best word because I really thought it was going to be a fire card top to bottom. And I think we all did, but
Yeah.
we'll get into it. Obviously, there was some shortfallings in this, the fights.
Spoiler: Dana White, I don't know if you heard, said he's never upping the bonuses again.
I mean, after asking for it on that card, like, who deserved 100K? Paddy, maybe?
Paddy got it.
That was slick submission.
Paddy got both. I think he got like 200,000 or something like that.
It's probably the only finish worth a bonus. Maybe Tom Aspinall.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't.
got the finish. Got the finish.
Got to finish, yeah.
So we open the card up. Any prelim shout outs you want to give?
Let's talk about. It's not really a shout out, but let's talk about Manel Kopp and Muhammed Mokaev.
Oh, man.
So, one, I think everyone in the room thought Manel should have won.
Yeah,
Right.
possibly.
And then two, after the loss, after the win, Mokaev is immediately cut.
Yeah.
What?
He's boring, dude.
He's very boring. It was a boring fight. Manel's the one that broke his toe, right?
I'm
That
not
was a
sure.
kick. Breaks his toe.
I think it was, dude. You had a bunch of stuff going on in that fight. The shorts pulling, Manel's ass came out.
I know. He pulled a WWE roll up where they try to get the deep.
I hate that. I hate it so much. No, but you would think with the previous, and I don't even want to say bad blood trying to be like drama or anything like that. These guys fought outside of the ring in a more intense way than they did inside the ring.
It was dull, man. Like, it was so dull. I thought Manel won. I was surprised when Muhammad won.
Yeah.
And then for him to win and just get cut is I don't know.
Bro, he deserves it. And then
I mean, he definitely deserves it, but the whole turn of events was just
so Dana White Dana White's a savage. He goes, No. The PFL is going to get a real good undefeated guy. And then the PFL president comes out and he's like, I heard he was difficult to work with. I heard he's a pain in the ass. I'm not signing him. So now dude is just unemployed.
Imagine having a promising career and your backstage antics is what just costs you any chance of continuing.
Well,
being
listen,
a champion.
you're not Connor. You're never going to be Connor. The backstage antics with him and the bus and Habib, if you don't know what we're talking about, this is 2018 shit. If you're going to stir up trouble, Connor came out and fought Habib. Didn't run, was going to settle it in the ring. We knew these two were going to fight. We knew that from the moment they made weight, we knew these two were going to fight. And then they went out there and they danced around each other. I blame Manel too.
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't a great fight. Granted, I did look it up. Manel Kopp broke his foot in like round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning of round 2, so I don't know.
Well, he was stuffing takedowns too.
He was.
With the quickness.
I really thought he won that fight.
Whether he won or lost, he shouldn't have let it go to the judges with such a wishy-washy performance.
I agree. Yeah. Most of the time, you really have to take people out for a definitive win unless it's just like completely lopsided.
Right.
So unfortunately, like, it is what it is. That was only a prelim I really cared about talking because it was just such an odd. I guess demoted from the main card.
Yeah.
I wonder if that had anything to do with Mokaev. I guess maybe.
Whether it did or didn't, the guy's gone now. He's such a young prospect, and he posted a picture in Dubai or something, and he hashtagged it unemployed in Dubai. I'm like, that's not something to be proud of, dude. This is your shit. Like, this is your shit.
What a fucking goober.
I remember sending you the meme. I wish I had it on me. It was like, yeah, I used to be a UFC prospect. And it was like, dude, just put the fries in the bag.
Muhammed Mokaev asked the UFC if he could fight for free in order to get re-signed.
For free. Yeah,
because
that'll go over well. You've already lost it. Don't. Hey, by the way, I'm gonna work for free next time, you guys. I'll cut weight for free and. Oh, dude, that's just not a good. That's not a good marketing strategy. That's not a good negotiation tactic. Because what do they look like? What do the UFC look like being like? Hey, by the way, when we promote this next fight, this young undefeated fighter, he's fighting for free. You're an idiot.
What an idiot.
Shout out to Muhammed Mokaev. You donkey shit. You piss. I can't even think of a good name right now.
Just
sheep fucker.
Waste of fucking potential.
On to the main card. And this is what this show's about. This is the bread and butter. This is house divided.
The meat and potatoes, as you were.
Yeah. So we get into the first fight on the main card, and we're already divided.
Yeah, right out the gate.
Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. Not a terrible fight, but from their history, I was like,
expected more.
Oh, bro, I thought these guys were gonna have flames on their hands and legs.
Still potentially the best overall fight of the night.
A little back and forth. It just wasn't. Go ahead.
Says a lot about the card. Yeah.
You go up 1-0. So kudos to you for picking. I feel like you picked with your head, where I picked with momentum, and I was like, no. This is Giga's run. You got the Giga kick, and
I was a big Giga fan back in the day, but you're kind of right. Like his aura is kind of fallen off ever since he's had a few losses, and it's just was he 0-3 in the last 3 fights?
I want to say this was supposed to break his skid.
Man, it's a rough fight to break your skid. Arnold Allen looked really solid. He didn't have any issues with the kick.
But
that kick was coming out fiery in the first round.
Imagine if he would, you can't just, I snapped my 2-fight skid against some old Okie Joe. I snapped my 2-fight skid against Arnold Allen. I'm back in the game, baby. It's go time.
Deal.
Yeah.
That'd have been a big deal.
So it's like you don't want to test it against a nobody and have false confidence and bravado behind your win. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go fight Arnold Allen. It just didn't go his way. So
it goes right, sadly. So I'm trying to look up. I wanted to look up Giga's record.
Mm-hmm. The record of Giga
I typed
Chikadze.
in Muhammed Mokaev again, so
oh no,
we're stuck on that one.
Just go away, dude.
Come on, Google. We're trying to get stats for the show here.
Yeah, Google Chikadze.
Google Chikadze, dude.
But overall, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, and that should have sent my nervous system on fire. It should have
been an early
sign
of things
warning.
But it was fine. It was okay. It wasn't terrible. It was just fine. That's really all it was.
Sure.
You got anything else for that fight?
I have nothing for that fight.
Fair. That's a fair assessment.
I don't really have anything for the next fight either, because I was wrong. When I'm right, I'll gloat all day.
I know you will. And I'm sure you will here shortly.
Oh, I have a reason. But let's not skip over RoboCop.
Not there yet.
And CLD.
CLD, RoboCop. Boy, was this fight dull.
Another decision when RoboCop is known for finishes, I believe, if not ecstatic performances.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, by the way, you signed to fight RoboCop. Spoiler, I've never even seen that movie. But I know it's
his name is RoboCop.
Come on.
He's a young man of 32 years old. Looks like 45.
There's no way he's 32 years old. Sorry.
That blew my mind.
There's no way. Look up this guy. What is his name? Gregory
Rodriguez. RoboCop.
They don't name anybody Gregory anymore.
No. But yeah, I mean, CLD just didn't do much of anything in that fight.
Nada. Nothing.
Just people. Okay, and you know what? I will give one small. Okay, the British fighters, some of them complained of having to fight at 4 a.m. their time, which maybe is an issue. Possibly. I sure would hate to fight at 4 a.m.
Change your sleep schedule. Are you kidding me?
Hey,
you have 6 weeks for most of these cats to change your sleep schedule.
Get prepared. See UFC pay-per-view.
Take a nap. Wake up. I don't know.
Take a nap.
I don't know.
I'm not saying that was the cause. I'm just saying I heard someone else say that. I think it might have been Leon Edwards' coach. But that's for later as well. So right now I'm 2-0. We're going into our big double XP weekend fight versus King Green and Paddy the Batty the Pimblett.
Paddy the Kingslayer Pimblett.
Hey, he's blonde just like the Lannister. That's a good call.
And I don't know who that is. So I am going to take liberties and congratulate myself along with the other casuals and the other fans and friends that watch the show. I am the first CCMMA double XP winner.
Popping off. And you know what? Well deserved. Even I said that night that was probably his most impressive victory in the UFC. I was really impressed. This is the first time I kind of understood the hype. Bobby King Green's no slouch. And
why did you shoot? Why did you shoot?
Why did you go for that?
I think it's because Paddy rocked him on the feet.
Had some issues on the feet. Got scared of what he was looking at. Didn't know what to do. Goes for the shot. Gets choked out. Almost breaks his arm. I assume his arm is fucked.
Well, I saw him in a sling. Not saying it's broke, but a dislocation, hyperextended.
Because as Bobby is out cold, he transitions to an arm bar.
It was kind of like a mix. It was a triangle arm bar.
Both of them, yeah. And the ref finally realized, oh shit, this dude's out. But yeah,
I love it. I've been on the Paddy hype train since he got signed. I watched his fights in Cage Warriors. He's one of the ones that I was ready, because you don't follow not you, but like people, us casuals, don't follow prospects from the ground up. Didn't know about Alex Pereira coming. I didn't hear about all these signings coming. I heard about Paddy, and I was hype. I knew he was going to do something. His first couple fights, I watched him, and he's doing something. Lost to Jared Gordon. He didn't, but
it should have.
Arguably. We know.
But this was a big win. This is a first round stoppage. Definitely the most impressive performance all night.
Of a ranked opponent.
A veteran who is, he's that dude. Like
he's been there. He's been there. And so something that people are very quick to forget, King Green is who Islam Makhachev beat to get a title shot.
Yeah. Random.
What? So,
Yeah. Well, what was that fight supposed to be? It wasn't supposed to be King Green. Someone pulled out.
I couldn't tell you.
remember.
I couldn't tell you. But I think King Green stepping in on like 2 weeks' notice or something like that.
Yeah, it was a short notice fight, and he got demolished. He got demolished Saturday. Last Saturday.
Yeah. I hate it for him, but that's just, heavy lies the crown.
If you're a king, you gotta defend it. You change your name to King, and you immediately get waxed.
By a dude named the Baddie.
Paddy the Baddie.
Shouts out to Paddy. So what are we? We're tied right now?
We're now tied for that being a double XP fight. 2-2. We're going on to our co-main event. Tommy Boy Aspinall versus Curtis Razor Blade.
Mortal Kombat. Dude, the last fight, between these two, they're standing up. Tommy, he's fucking getting his distance, throws a leg kick, fucks his knee up.
Done.
And it's within the first 45 to a minute. This one, how long did this fight last?
I want to say a minute into round one.
Exactly a minute.
60 seconds. We will talk about this fight longer than it lasted.
I just thought Curtis had more. I don't think it was like a cross, or it wasn't a jab that dropped him.
No, he kind of just goes down. I don't think he's hurt at that point, but Tom just swoops in and just starts swinging him. And I think you could probably argue this was an early stoppage to some degree. But I think whenever you're on your stomach covering up like this,
yeah,
you have to do something quick, because that's you just look helpless in that position. Mm-hmm. You look like you're out.
And Tom, to be fair, Tom was all over that dude. Swarmed him.
Boom, boom, boom. You got to give the ref some visual indication that you're there. Mm-hmm. And these are split-second decisions the ref has to make for your safety. So it's like, it sucks. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Curtis Blades gets demolished. Tom Aspinall is, there's not a lot to say. Tom Aspinall looked as good as we expected him to look, and he is your UFC heavyweight champion.
Should have moved on.
Remove the interim.
He should have moved on, and you don't give John Jones any play. If you're a light heavyweight back in the day, and you're like, okay, well, I want to fight the greatest light heavyweight of all time, you call out John Jones.
Yeah.
John Jones moves up to heavyweight, beats Ciryl Gane, one of the easiest matches for him. Now, I'm not talking shit. Dana White, don't come for me. I think John's great. I think he's number one pound for pound. But you don't give that guy who hasn't given you anything. I hope that fight happens one day. Yeah. Not even like giving you like, you're the next dude. I need to beat that guy, and then I can go right off in the sunset. He's worried about Stipe. He doesn't give a fuck about you.
What's that money fight? I get it. It's a big money fight. Tom Aspinall, I want to see it.
Don't waste your call out on John Jones. All right, fight. Go ahead. Fight John Jones. Let's see. That's the rest of August. We'll count that as a month. September, October, November is when they're supposed to fight. So you're already 90 days almost of not fighting. You think John's going to come back in January? No. So that's 5 months. You think he's going to come back in
middle of next year?
June, maybe International Fight Week, something like that. You're going to put your career, and Tom's a young kid, but he's not stupid young, and so you're just going to be inactive. You're not going to fight again. You're not going to fight anybody, not one person. What if Alex comes out and just shines in the next Alex Pereira? What if he just comes out and shines? What if something, I know the heavyweight division's not that deep. What if something happens where it's just like, yeah, I'm the boy now. I'm the guy. And it's like, well, actually Tom Aspinall's the guy. And then you go, well, actually, John Jones is the guy. John Jones is the guy, unless it's Stipe beats him, and then Stipe's the guy. Those dudes are fighting and retiring. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, they're not going for anything else. That's it.
Now, it wasn't Joaquin Buckley bad when he called out Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
What a fucking moron he is.
At least this one made sense to some degree.
Still a waste. Yeah. It was still a waste.
I mean, what do you do? This is like such a shitty position for...
You claim your division, and you call who's next in line after Curtis Blades.
We all know Tom Aspinall's the real heavyweight champion at the moment.
He should know that. Why are you chasing John Jones?
John Jones, that belt is there for pay-per-view money. It's an ugly mess.
It's a legacy belt. It's a Legends belt. They're not...
Take it off of John and just say the BMF. Like, it's ugly. It's a mess.
It's stupid and it's ignorant. And for him to play John's game when John has one fight in the heavyweight division and hasn't even defended the title, how are you gonna say, hey, I'm the interim and I've defended my title? You're an idiot. I'm sorry, Tom. No. You're an idiot, dude. You have more time.
Just say I'm the true heavyweight champion. That's it.
By the way, the Curtis Blades injury that I was talking about, he went and fought Curtis Blades, got fucked up, fought somebody else, got a title shot, and won the title in 11 months.
Yeah.
John Jones hasn't fought in January will be 5 years. So what are we doing here? You're waiting on this, what? Is it a payday? Oh, no. It's about legacy. Okay. You're just going to prove that you're even the dude. You're the dude if you go and defend it more. If you clear out the heavyweight division. And then you go, you know what? I do want to see that John Jones fight. There's not enough. There's not enough on his plate to make me like, okay, if he beats John Jones, he's the greatest fighter of all time. No. He beat Arlovsky. Curtis Blades. Lost to Curtis Blades. He beat Sergey. That was a notable win.
That was a big win. Quickly too. Knocked
him out. I don't know. I'm really harsh on Aspinall because I want the best for him. Calling out John Jones is a bad idea. It's not what's best for him.
No. Anyway, any more thoughts about Tom versus Curtis?
No.
Let's move on. We have our main event. It was somebody versus Leon Edwards. Somebody won, but...
Who was it? Did I even pick them?
I think you picked them. You don't remember the name?
I don't think anybody remembers the name. I don't even think DC remembers the name.
DC didn't remember the name. He thought it was Leon.
Belal. Let's just say Belal. That's all that's coming to me right now.
So this Belal guy, he somehow got a title shot. I've never heard of him. Gets a title shot in the welterweight division.
There must have been no one else.
Must have been, because it was quite the fight. Leon Edwards loses in a 5-round wrestle fucking by Belal Muhammed.
So we finished the night tied, right?
We finished the night tied.
Not so bad.
3-3.
Not so bad.
Boy, this was Belal did what he had to do. Like, I can't doubt the guy for winning a title. He dominated.
He looked in great shape.
He dominated Leon Edwards. Leon didn't do anything practically the whole fight. He looked mopey. He looked down. He looked beaten. He looked like he did in that fight against Usman. And what does he expect to go 5 rounds with somebody, get dominated, and try to win in the last 30 seconds every time? Because that's what he tried to do again.
Yeah, he forgot how to fight until the last 30 seconds.
Last 30 seconds of fight, he opens Belal up with a sharp elbow to the nose, and he has a little bit of a flurry. But come on, dude. You did nothing for 5 rounds, and even the round you won, you just held on to his back.
You gotta be.
And it was you won one round because Belal slipped on one of his takedowns. Otherwise, you got dominated
By Belal. By the guy that you were piecing up in the first fight, poked him in the eye, deep poke. So gross, so gnarly. Belal screaming for his life on the canvas. And then he's like, you're discrediting him and you're disregarding him for so many fights. You're like, nah, he's not next. Nah, fuck that guy. He's not even on my level. This is what I don't get about UFC marketing. They put down the guy that they're fighting so hard, and then that guy beats them. What does that make you?
Right. UFC fighters need to take note from WWE wrestlers.
I think so.
You always hype your opponent up to a certain degree because if you're beating them, if you just beat this opponent that you said is great, is wonderful, you beat a great opponent. If you lose to somebody who you said was amazing, it doesn't look as bad. If you lose to somebody you said this dude's trash, shouldn't even be here,
right?
You look bad.
You become him. Oh, I just had an off night. I was tired. My body wasn't feeling it all. Excuse me. My body wasn't feeling it all week. What? Name the excuse now. Why'd you lose to a bum?
This was such an important fight for Leon's reign's legacy, if you will, because you win it with a crazy knockout at the end of one fight. You know, some people will say luck. A lot of people say, you know, it was a well-placed kick, but that's all you did in that fight. You got dominated. You win the rematch with Kamaru, who a lot of people say is potentially a little nervous, a little gun-shy. You beat Colby in like a very underwhelming, Colby does nothing all match.
With a broken foot.
And then you just get dominated by Belal. Like, you needed to win this fight to have some sort of credibility to your reign.
And now fucking Belal's number 2 behind GSP as greatest welterweight of all time.
Belal is the second GOAT of the welterweight division, according to
No!
Man, welterweight is in a mess as well.
Oh, man.
I mean, there's really not much more to say specifically about the fight. Belal he's dominating Leon so bad he drops him on his head on a slam.
Oh, that was
straight on his head.
That was Owen Hart, Steve Austin.
That was kind of scary.
Imagine Belal by fucking death.
Dude. I don't even want to think about it, dude. I'm really surprised like it wasn't just over there. I don't fully understand the rulings on that because
how many what's her name? What my favorite female Brazilian, Jessica Andrade.
Yeah.
She dumped Rose on her head.
She Rose on her head.
Knockout.
I remember specifically in that fight, the commentator said the only reason it's not the DQ is because Rose was still trying for that arm bar, and because she didn't let go of the bad position, it wasn't a problem. This, I assume, the slam was not like Belal's trying to specifically slam you on the top of your head, so I assume that's probably why it was fine. But man, bro got dropped right on his fucking dome and almost did it a second time. He was getting ragdolled by Belal.
That gut-wrenching suplex, dude.
Belal looked amazing. He wasn't tired.
So, did he look amazing or did Leon look bad?
Leon definitely looked bad, but I don't want to take away from Belal because you won a UFC championship fight.
I could have beat Leon that night.
Mike could have. Leon was tired. He had all those injuries, his coach said, all those nagging injuries. And
he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said a word that you and I can't say.
We can't say it because it's too close to a really bad word in America.
Because it's in America. If we were in the UK or maybe even Australia, New Zealand, we could say it. Look it up. Look up the interview with Leon's coach.
Niggles.
I'm not saying it.
I'm not saying it. I don't care. I'm not risking it.
Oh, dude. But yeah, he had a ton of those. He had a ton of those.
What's next for old Belal, the new undisputed welterweight champion? Leon's not getting a rematch. There's no fucking way.
Give him Islam.
Did you already see? He's like, no, Islam can go up the middleweight.
Yeah. Just get out of here, dude.
Even Islam was like, all right, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. He trained with Habib for that fight. I think Habib was in his corner, no?
I don't think so. Remember, because he can't leave Russia.
Well,
I asked. I thought I didn't see him there.
He was in Umar's corner this weekend.
Wow.
And that was in Abu Dhabi.
That he should just leave and never go back to Russia is what I'm hearing.
Oh, dude, why would you?
There's no reason to. All right, so I'm going to look at the rankings.
Sure.
As I like to do. And your top 5 after Belal and Leon include Shavkat, the future Ian Machado Gary, 2 undefeated fighters at 3 and 4. My favorite at welterweight, or one of my favorites at welterweight at the moment, Jack Della Maddalena.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan. Probably needs a little bit more on the resume to maybe one more big-time fight. You can call the guy out. Same with, I feel like Shavkat, Ian Machado Gary, Jack Della Maddalena, those 3 guys one of those 3 guys were to fight each other and get a win, you make the call. You get the title shot.
Do you do a number 1 contender fight versus Shavkat and Ian?
I'd be down with that.
I'd be down as well. So
probably the most warranted one of the 3.
Give him Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy.
I'm ready for Wonder Boy to get his title shot against Belal, whoever he is.
No, you're not. You're not ready for that. None of us want that. Let's be honest.
Wonder Boy does. Come on, man. It's my old coach, man.
Wonder Boy wants it, but like, come on. Welterweight is such a bad division for him.
It's not pretty.
Why has he never tried middleweight? Or has he ever gone to middleweight?
He's just not big enough. He's so jacked at 185 or 187, and then he cuts weight. And he's just so fast, and he's not grapple heavy, and people know that.
It sucks, man. But yeah, Shavkat, Ian Machado Gary. If one of them can't make that fight, Jack Della Maddalena, slot him in.
There's fights for him.
Yeah, that's your number 1 contender fight right there. Let's get that on the books soon, gang.
They're not.
Gilbert Aurelio Burns has Sean Brady in September.
This guy Belal, he's gonna be champion until next June. He doesn't have to fight.
Yeah, he's probably going to have one fight until next June.
He doesn't have to fight until August before he gets stripped. So
Don't say that, dude.
I'm saying
I miss Kamaru Usman, man. The reign of Usman was so dominant.
We didn't know what we had until it was gone.
Dude.
Damn it.
Booing him. And that man ragdolling opponents every 2 months.
Or knocking him out.
He was on, like, what? He had so many fights as champ.
We were arguing, not we as in the casuals, but like some of us were arguing that he is making a name for himself. He's one of the greatest welterweights of all time. And so Leon just swipes his aura, and now Belal swipes Leon's aura. And
damn, dude, it's so sad.
You're telling me, brother. Any more thoughts on this conundrum that we have? On this smorgasbord of angry and malicious just feelings about this cat?
I went to I know this is not related to Belal because I've already forgot about him. I went to Johnny Bones Jones's Twitter. I was hoping he had tweeted something about Tom in the last month or so, but I can't find nothing good. He did. There is a tweet from like May, him talking about like, I think the Alex fight would be bigger than the Tom Aspinall fight, which is probably, at least on a money perspective, casual name recognition is probably accurate.
John just wants somebody to shoot on.
He does. He wants somebody that has no wrestling ability
He ain't
at all.
shooting on old Tom Aspinall, dude.
But I mean, Stipe, like, he's no slouch. I mean, he's not known for his wrestling, right? But like,
he's gonna be quicker than Stipe.
DC couldn't just take him down at will.
No, I don't know. I don't know what to say about the heavyweight division. I don't know what to say about the welterweight division.
It's all a mess. It's all a
all,
mess.
all that being said, like I'm thinking about the divisions that are steady moving, the fights that are coming up. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. They have a definite next contender in Umar Nurmagomedov, beating Corey Sandhagen this past weekend, and not
That's crazy.
not
dude.
really looking. We'll see. A lot of people don't think, because it was 50-45, but a lot of people they were like, nah, he's got Muslim privilege. He's got that Nurmagomedov privilege, and I don't like that. I don't like that, man. If you beat somebody, okay, 49, 46, or 47, 48, 47, okay, cool. To not give Corey Sandhagen a single round, what are we doing here? We're turning it into boxing, and that's what I want to avoid at all costs. It's not always
Something
the
needs to be
name.
done.
It's not always
Something
the
needs to be
name.
done.
You're right. You're right.
But I have no idea what it could be, because I think Verdict had like a little popularity there for a while, but then there's been so many like Verdict community scores that have been clearly really bad, like just for the big name fighter, that like you can't do that. So I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. Tough to say, man. Fighting's a weird sport. How do you score a fight, right? Like
with more than three judges,
we need a whole committee,
a panel, something.
10 judges.
5 to 10. I would like
5
that.
to 10. I'd be cool with that.
Their
3's
names,
not enough. I agree.
Their names are irrelevant. You don't have to do, and the 3 judges.
I don't care. We don't even need to know all their scores. You don't have to say all their scores. Just throw them up on the screen for us to see.
Yeah. They don't know. They don't know what to do, bro. It's a broken system.
It's busted. But
anything that you're looking forward to in the next coming months?
Let's say, you know what? Was hype for UFC 304, was let down a little bit. UFC 305 looks good on paper. Looks really good on paper.
Is that Noche?
That is August 17th. That is going to be the Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya fight card. We've got Kai Kara France versus Steve Erceg. I like that fight. We got Gamrot Dan Hooker.
Okay.
We got Tai Tuivasa coming back against Jarizio Roizenstrike. I know I butchered that name. The Leech.
You were close, Jarino. The Leech.
He's coming back, dude. Like,
well dressed, I assume.
It's a decent fight card on paper. My girl Casey O'Neill's on the undercard. So I mean, I think we got a decent card. It's only like 2 weeks away, August 17th.
Well, I'm looking forward to that one, because this is gonna be what I need it to be for DDP.
Yeah, I think Israel Adesanya does not have that air of invincibility anymore. And it could be an interesting fight.
DDP.
We'll talk about it soon.
He finished Rob.
Rob.
He beat Sean. Did he beat Sean?
Close fight. I think you could definitely argue either way. I did think he beat Sean watching live. Maybe I'd change my mind on a rewatch, but it was a close fight regardless.
It shouldn't have been that close. For Sean to be like, oh, everybody knows I beat DDP. Okay. So does it change back, or does it change hands back to Adesanya?
It could.
We'll see. That's a whole other card to talk about. It's been fun, and although 304 was a letdown, we never have to worry about stuff like that.
Happens, man.
We have to.
Sometimes the cards you least expect are bangers.
We have to worry about it, but we shouldn't have to, is what I meant to say. Anyways, all that being said, we are the Couch Casuals. I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez, with my lovely host,
Kyle Diorio, your boy. We love you. Bye-bye.